Is beer sexist? Apparently alcohol, but not just any alcohol, only alcohol that comes with malt and hops, is actually sexist. Prime Minister Scott Morrison thought, hey, I'm going to cut the tax on beer, make beer cheaper. Who could possibly complain? Well, apparently distillers say that it's not fair that they have been left out and that this is sexist because more men drink beer than women. Firstly, to the Distillery Association, well played. I did not see that coming. Eamon Fitzpatrick, I have seen you have a few beers from time to time. I think you might be well equipped to take this on. 30 seconds on the clock. I want you to blame the left for beer being sexist. Go.
It's clearly a left problem because why else would ScoMo be progressive on a critical issue here? This is the PM for Sydney tackling a Sydney problem, the overpriced Schmitty. What an outrage. $15 for a little nip of beer, right? And what he's done is this. He's saying to all the women who are out there as Sydney opens up again, you can buy that beer for the man of your dreams any night of the week. It's ladies' night every night of the week. And that's what he's doing. That is what he's doing.
Firstly, you've just opened the can of worms at the Schmitty, which for those of you who aren't in New South Wales, is a cross between the schooner and a middy.
And a thimble.
And it is just against God. It is horrendous. But Todd Hayward, hang on a minute. How can cutting beer taxes be progressive? Don't progressive people like to raise taxes? And don't they especially like sin taxes, taxes on things that are meant to be bad for you, like cigarettes, where's the proof, and alcohol, junk food, sugar?
Joe, it's all a trick anyway, because cutting excise doesn't necessarily cut the price of beer. I mean, that is up to the supplier of the beer. They can hold the price and they can use
just pocket the difference.
They can pocket the difference. They can reinvest in infrastructure and workforce and the rest of it. But let's face it, this is a straight up political play because beer wins elections. It has done for years.
Well, everyone knows the worst front page you can have after a budget is the classic beer cigs up.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Scott Morrison's got beer down. 2 out of 3.
Before the last election, he cut the excise on craft beers who were paying more because they used smaller kegs. So he boxed in the opposition.
Going after the Newtown and Northcote vote.
And the Marrickville vote. Let's not forget the elbow connection there. Go back to George Washington. They used to actually hand out beer in the voting halls, which was all men back then.
Yeah.
They had to bring in a law in 1800 whatever to stop beer being used to buy votes. So
like party poopers. Can they bring that back? Can they repeal that law? Parnell, is beer sexist?
Well, I'm going to argue for the purposes of this show that it is. Because let's face it, the anti-racist ladies of Wallara are not beer drinkers. They would benefit the most from a cut to champagne tax and better supply chains to get champagne into the country. Can I just mention that there is a shortage of champagne at the moment? Not to mention a cut to the price of the cocktails at Catalina's.
Okay, really hitting
Beer
the bread and button issues of the suburbs there.
So sexist.
Beer is racist and sexist. There you go. Well,
say no to overpriced drinks.